Good evening, ladies, as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with some more Hearthstone Arena action, and it is Rogue time. Kicking off with a rare. Now, Blade Flurry has its time. Taking it early on ensures that you know then to take Assassin's Blades and Deadly Poison to make Blade Flurry better, but Knife Juggler is just a really good 2-drop. I'm going to take it here. I don't like to go for wacky synergies if I don't have to. Lord of the Arena has been crazy lately. Just crazy good for me and against me. I don't know if that's a fluke or if I've just been horrifically undervaluing the card in the past, but I'm going to take Shiv. It's a really good card and not, hold up my 6th slot with cards I'm still kind of unsure about. Okay, these are all terrible except for the Tiger, so let's just take the Tiger. The Ringleader certainly allows you to have some great openings, but I'm going to take Assassinate. It's really important to have at least one of those. Oh, this is all terrible except for Lord of the Arena. Okay, well, we'll take it there. Woof. Well, these are all really good. I think as good as the Blade Master is, it's mostly just 4-3 for 3, so he's a cut below the other two. I hesitate to take a 6-drop this early on when I've already got a 5-mana removal spell, a 5 and a 6-drop, so this feels safer to me. Although the Argent Commander is a better card. It's tough. Let's take the Violet Teacher. Good 4-drops win games, and we'll keep up the option to take 6-drops later. This is terrible. This is a pretty bad 2-drop. Sprint is nice to have exactly one of. The question is, do I take it here or do I just take the bad 2-drop? To make sure I've got some of those. Because right now I've just got the Knife Juggler. Ugh. Well, we'll take the Tidehunter. Against some classes, the Tidehunter is just fine. It's just against, like, Druid and Rogue and Mage, it's pretty weak. And against Hunter with Unleash the Hounds, it's pretty weak. Just, stuff like that. But I'm not going to commit to a Sprint here. I'm not that big a fan of Sprint. Okay, I'm going to take the Sap. Although, with the Rogue, this is usually a 3-3 for 2 or better. Sap is a really, really good removal spell. I've lost more than one game to it. Okay, so we have another opportunity for Sprint. Let's take Betrayal, though. It's nice to have one of those. Okay, since I passed on it earlier, here is where we'll take the Argent Commander over the other junk. We'll take an Ooze, although I'm not liking this 2-mana spike here. Oh, God. Well, I'm not desperate for endgame, so I'm not going to take these bad cards. I guess we're taking another Sap, but some 3 and 4 drops at some point would be nice. Okay. Well, I could take Cold Blood here and go for a more aggressive deck, question mark. Abusive Sergeant fits a similar role while being a little bit less committal. And of course we got the stupid monkey here. Let's take the Abusive Sergeant. It's a little bit more flexible. Oh god, what is going on here? I don't want a 3rd Sap or a 2nd Murloc Tidehunter. Shield Bearer works pretty well with Abusive Sergeant, question mark. Okay, we'll take it, but I am not happy about these options. Oh, Jesus. Jesus H. Donkey Murloc Christ. Alright, I don't want 2 Betrayals. We'll take a 3-drop. The first one, halfway through here. With my crazy curve, the Assassin's Blade could work. But I'm going to take Eviscerate. I mean, it's a good finisher. It's a good removal spell. It's all good. Head Crack. God, no, I can't take Head Crack. We'll take the Auctioneer here. I don't want another 2-drop. What is going on? Jeez, I can't believe this nonsense. It's like the draft is just not giving me 3s or 4s, just period. I can't take a Wisp. I guess we're taking another Betrayal, but that's risky. There's just trouble here. We got the 2 captains and the Big Game Hunter. The Big Game Hunter is the best of those. And finally, we're getting some good cards. Let's take the Crusader, very strong 3-drop. I think you have to pass on the Ringleader here. I've just got too much at 2 mana already. Granted, a lot of it is spells. I mean, really, we've got 1, 2, 3 creatures. Everything else is spells. I could take this. I have another chance for Sprint. Okay, let's grab a Sprint. Let's have one of those in here. I don't know. This Bear is good. Okay, I guess we'll take a Ringleader. I don't know what's going on with this draft. This has been the weirdest draft I've done in a while. Lots of Eviscerates. That's good. I mean, this stuff's not that great. This is mostly a Grizzly if I have a Dagger out. Yeah, I'll just take a bunch of Eviscerates, whatever. Fun Creeper for some blocking is good. Panther to help finish off opponents is fine. Okay, I don't need a 4th Eviscerate. Let's actually take the Stormwind Knight. Get some 4-drops here. And another Violet Teacher. Well, I don't know. I feel like that was miserable. It was just nothing but 2-drops the entire way, and anytime I did see a 4-drop or a 3-drop, there was like bad stuff until about the halfway mark. Then I think I got like a normal draft, like a normal one from the halfway mark on, but like the first 15 cards were just mind-boggling. So I don't know. I'm kind of excited to see this. Maybe I'll call this arena mind-boggling, just because it was such a messed up selection of cards. Nothing but 2-drops. I mean, I could have avoided 2 drops by making inferior, like really inferior picks, taking things like Vanish and Wisp, but that's pretty extreme. So I don't know how this deck is going to do. We'll see. Lao the Warlock is our first opponent. We got our Shield Bearer. That's good. Glad that happened. And we even have a Defias Ringleader. Okay, well, let's mulligan this removal. This is a little bit better for later in the game. We'll keep our 1 and 2 drop. I've got our Eviscerate back and Sprint. Okay, this is a little awkward. Truth be told. So probably on turn 1, I'm going to coin this guy out. And then on turn 2, depending on what my opponent does, either make a dagger or drop a Shield Bearer. Seems like dropping a Shield Bearer on turn 1 is a bit pointless. The Shield Bearer and the Ringleader don't work together that well. My opponent's highlighting his hero ability, which he cannot use because he doesn't have the coin. It's like he's reading it like he doesn't know this class. I'm making some wild inferences here. Violet Teacher, it makes it tempting to keep the coin, but not tempting enough that I'm actually going to pass on doing the rogue opening. No backstabs in this draft. That makes me sad. That's like my favorite thing about playing rogue is the card backstab. Wow, he's highlighting my creatures. Like this guy really just from his activations, like his highlighting, his mousing, I feel like he's new. He's got Immortal Coil, so at least he knows that it uses stuff. So he manages to cycle a card and kill off half of my bandit, but the other half survives. Now, I think having a dagger in my hand is more valuable than having a Shield Bearer on the field. In part because the Shield Bearer can be used to trigger combo for Eviscerate on turn 3, bringing down pretty much any 3-drop. And the dagger, of course, can help me kill things as well if needed. Alright, that is going to get eviscerated unless, of course, he has a Soulfire for my bandit. Well, that's unfortunate. Granted, okay, Soulfire to the face. Yeah, this guy's definitely new. So, first of all, Soulfiring this is probably not a good move at all. But if you were going to Soulfire anything, you should have Soulfired my creature. Soulfiring my face, he just went down 2 cards for absolutely nothing. And I'm not going to complain about that. I'm going to hang on to my dagger. I'm not going to have mana to remake the dagger anytime soon. I've got these 2 cards, my only 2 4-drops in the deck. I drew them both. I will almost certainly be playing both of them in the next 2 turns. He's actually got a really strong drop here, that Pit Lord. Luckily, the Shield Bearer will take a bite out of this Pit Lord. And that'll hopefully give me enough time to find an answer. Okay. So I think the move here is the Violet Teacher. We swing. And I'll poke him with the dagger 1 time. So hopefully he doesn't have a removal for this, like a Stampeding Kodo or Alchemist or anything like that. The Pit Lord bites the Shield Bearer. And then next turn I can Shiv? I don't know. Get a token, draw a card. He's got his own Shield Bearer. Okay. That's how it's gonna be, huh? Well, that is actually very good for him. Oh my god. Oh jeez. Oh my god. That hurts to watch. Unless he has a silence to undo. Well, no, there's no value to that. He's just gonna lose his Pit Lord. So we are about to witness somebody realizing the extra effect of the card Power Overwhelming. It does say then it dies horribly. You'd think people wouldn't miss that, but they do. So anyway, let's drop a Fen Creeper here. Use the other tick of our dagger. Oh god, that was something. Not as good as the person who moonfired my face on turn 1 as a priest after stealing it with Mind Vision. But that was still pretty good, gotta say. So, I mean, this is pretty much a foregone conclusion. Actually, my opponent has a pretty good answer to Fen Creeper, but it really doesn't matter at this point. This is over. You know, if I had actually not daggered him in the face, it'd be much easier for me to kill off this Black Knight now. I could poke it with the dagger, and with the Violet Teacher's help, kill it off. As it is, I'll have to remake the dagger. Pokety poke poke. Swing at his face. Play the Tide Hunter. And pass the turn. So we were going to have Sprint here to get a bunch of cards, if that was even necessary. Hellfire will clear the board. He could actually still, you know, stay in the game with that card. So could, of course, a Shadow Flame. That will not help him in the slightest. Alright. go ahead. I'm gonna ignore this. I'm just gonna. Okay, he's gonna concede. Yeah. So Pit Lord and then Power Overwhelming on a Pit Lord into Shield Bearer was precious. One of the most precious things we've seen in a while. I do have a 60 gold quest here for the rogue, so if I can do well in this run, I've been on not a cold streak, but I've been on like a lukewarm streak where I keep making it to 5 or 6, but not quite to 7. Now this deck I'd be happy to make it to 3. It's one of those decks, so if I make it to 5 I'd be ecstatic. No sadness from Papa Boris if this deck makes it to 5. That would be cause for jubilation. But anyway, I've been on a bit of a cold streak. I was above 50% for making it to 7 wins, and then now I'm at exactly 1 below 50%. Unfortunately. LTNW, I don't know what that means. Oh my god, I got my combo. Shield Bearer, Abusive Sergeant. Yeah, we're keeping that, and I'll keep the Eviscerate too. You know, maybe I should have mulliganed it, because I do have a bunch of them in this deck, so... It's one of those, it's really good in the mid game, it's pretty bad early on. But anyway, I kept it. So we're going to Shield Bearer, see if it survives. It should. I made a really embarrassing gaffe in my recent video. I said that priests have the best way to kill Scarlet Crusader in Shadow Word Pain. But of course, that's totally not true. Earth Shock from the Shaman is the best way to kill a Scarlet Crusader. Okay, he's going to make a totem. I was kind of hoping he'd make a real creature so that... I could use the Abusive Sergeant and get a kill with Shield Bearer. It's not to be. Now I could coin into the Scarlet Crusader, but I don't really see much of a reason to do that. Let's finish off this spell damage totem. Unfortunately, the battle cry is not permanent. But then we have the Scarlet Crusader coming down, and I might even get a card with the coin off of Gadgetzan Auctioneer if I am lucky enough. But that would take a little bit of luck. My opponent has a Scarlet Crusader himself. So we have 2 ways we could deal with this. One way, of course, is we could play our own Scarlet Crusader. And then just let this Crusader take a bite out of the Shield Bearer. And then, you know, finish it off with, like, say, our Divine Shield and our Dagger next turn. Or we could make a Dagger and kill it right now. And that would also give us the option of coining into a Murloc Tidehunter. Or I could actually make a Dagger, pop Divine Shield, play Tidehunter, and then not kill it with the Abusive Sergeant, and then try to use the Scout to kill it. That's getting awfully greedy, though. You know, I think I like this the best. So it is a little bit vulnerable to Earth Shock. But, as long as my opponent doesn't have Earth Shock, we should be fine. And then if he does have Earth Shock, then next turn I can Dagger it up and make this anyway and keep my coin. Dark Iron Dwarf, well, that is actually good for my opponent because it enables him to kill the Shield Bearer rather than just taking a bite out of it. And of course it puts a 4/4 on the board, so I'd say that was very sad. Luckily, well, okay. Luckily, I can eviscerate this Dwarf. Unluckily, that means I'm not... making a Dagger, because if I were to Dagger and Eviscerate, which is what I want to do, then this wouldn't be comboed. So we're gonna, I mean, I could just throw the coin away to combo it, but that seems silly. Let's go ahead and Murloc Tidehunter. Then we Eviscerate the Dwarf. Now, unfortunately, we do need to lose this Abusive Sergeant to kill off Scarlet Crusader. Well, things are looking alright. I'll probably get some a card off this Auctioneer. I mean, at the very least, I can trade the coin for a card, which is fine. Might not. I mean, and then I have another thing to play next turn. The Tiger is what I prefer to play over the Auctioneer. If he drops something like, say, Earth Elemental, which is just to use an extreme example, or any other big 5 drop like a Ventricle Mercenary, then I've got the Assassinate ready. So I'm feeling pretty good. The one thing I don't want to see is Lightning Storm. That would be annoying. I mean, it would overload him for 2, so next turn he'd only have 4 mana, but I don't want my minions to die at this time. Well, he's thinking, so he's got some kind of a difficult decision to make. Kodo hopefully kills the 1/1. It does. Good. Okay. This is tricky. It's not exactly worth... It's not exactly worth assassinating that. So we're going to play the Tiger. And swing, swing. That was a tough decision. I'm not sure it was the right one. But next turn I can play Auctioneer, Coin, Eviscerate, kill the Kodo, which will have presumably killed off my Crusader at that point. Draw 2 cards. And hopefully the Tiger can deal with whatever comes down. Now, granted, a 6-drop, a 6-mana creature, will trump this Tiger, except for Wind Fury Harpy. It's pretty much all I'm stopping. If he plays Fire Elemental, that would suck. Well, if he plays Fire Elemental, I can just finish off the Kodo with, like, say, my other small minion and assassinate it. Oh, I think he's got a Fire Elemental. No, he's got a Frost Elemental. That is significantly worse. Fast Ringleader, huh? Well, I could assassinate this thing and kill the Kodo with my Tiger. Is another option. It's tricky. Or I could Gadsden Auctioneer, eviscerate this, coin eviscerate, draw 2 cards. Yeah, that seems really good. Let's just do this. I'm getting 2 cards here. For my troubles. And I lose the Tiger. But what's interesting is Shamans are actually pretty bad at killing 4 toughness minions. Lightning Bolt and Rockbiter Weapon come up short. Forked Lightning comes up short. Hex is like overkill. So if he uses Hex on that, that's pretty weak use of Hex. Granted, I don't have that much endgame in this deck, so it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Okay, well, Sunwalker is really just like the absolute best thing I could have possibly hoped for him to play, because it'll die to assassinate and draw me a card. And then I swing for 7 damage. I will in fact play the Defiance Ringleader, so of course he, his Bandit, and the Crusader all die to Lightning Storm. But this will survive a Lightning Storm, barring, of course, a spell damage source. He will in fact Hex it, so that's pretty sweet. I drew 3 cards off that guy. That was pretty worth it. I find the Gadsden Auctioneer pretty good for rogues. No Lightning Storm yet. He could still play it with the last of his mana. Does he have a way to give this taunts? No, but he has spell damage. Well, that's fine. I can just kill that. No probalo. Now, let's think. I could actually shiv this. Make a dagger. I could do like Violet Teacher, shiv. Draw a card, get a 1/1, make a dagger, kill it. Hang on. I should actually look for the win here. I've got 3, 5, 7 damage. He's down to 9 health. Down to 8. Down to 4. Interesting situation here. Okay, what I'm going to do is in fact play Violet Teacher. And I will shiv it up. And make a dagger. He seems not to have a Lightning Storm, or he would have played it last turn. So I'm going to take the chance. Taking my first damage of the game. Even if he does have Lightning Storm, that Violet Teacher currently survives. Got 4 damage, 5 damage here, he's down to 4 health. So he pretty much needs a Lightning Storm right now. Or it's just about over. Granted, a huge Taunter would actually be pretty annoying to deal with as well. Has another Hex, so Shamans have a very good record of having Hex against me. Luckily, quote-unquote, because my deck is so bad, I don't actually have minions that are worth hexing. So he's been using really suboptimal hexes. That's another problem with Shaman. I mean, you got Hex, which answers anything, but if your opponent doesn't play things that are worthy of the Hex, it's not really all that great. Well, those were actually 2 hilariously easy wins. All things considered, considering how bad this deck is. We'll see how it goes. I expect to lose some games in the next video, but who knows? You never know, folks. This could be my first 12-0 run as Rogue. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that, do please like the video and or subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again soon with the rest of the games. Take care.